All right, guys. Hey, this is Tara Devlin, and this is Devlin versus the News. Let's get into it. We all know that Republicans cannot win fairly and squarely on the field of ideas. They don't have anything to offer the American people, but they do have their ever reliable dirty tricks: voter suppression, manufactured outrage, constant manipulation of the system. You see, while Democrats are talking about health care, jobs, equality, protecting democracy, doing things for the people they represent, Republicans are coming up with ways to inflict their death cult ideology on the country that really doesn't like what the Republicans have to offer. The latest example is what's happening in Texas. Trump is now loudly demanding that Texas Republicans redraw their congressional map and conjure up out of thin air 5 new GOP seats. This isn't about representing changing populations. It's about tilting the board so hard that Republicans don't even have to do the hard work of pretending to represent their constituents. They could just keep shoveling their unpopular policies down everyone's throats until we are all powerless to do anything about it. That's the plan, guys. I hate to tell you. I know you know this, but we better get busy. The Republicans are dragging us back to the system the founders fought a revolution to overthrow. The serfs and lords kind of, I got mine, sucks to be you, intergenerational aristocracy, and the rest of us fight over the scraps and await our reward in heaven. Now, Trump is pushing this redistricting plan so hard, of course, that Texas Governor Lickspittle Greg Abbott, who does whatever his dear leader tells him, is adding this to a special session of the legislature. They can't even pretend that this is about fairness. Republican cheating isn't new. It is their lifeblood. This is the same party that invented voter caging. It used to be illegal until the illegitimate and corrupt Supreme Court made it legal. That's when Republicans would send a postcard to Democratic leading demographics. And if that postcard didn't get returned, then that person was automatically purged off the rolls. And of course, the postcard was designed to look like junk mail that people would simply ignore. This is what Republicans do, but now it's been made legal. I don't know why the Democrats don't engage in this tactic, but we are on the high ground with Marcus of Queensberry rules. And as we know, Republicans hate democracy. They really do. When they talk about small government, they hate government. What they really mean is that they hate democracy. That's how it has to be deciphered. Because they love government just fine. They like big authoritarian government that keeps you in your place, that has its boot on your neck. They just don't like a government that promotes the general welfare over the welfare of a few rich people at the top. But if they can't win by getting your vote, they will just stop you from voting. Then, of course, gerrymandering. I know that the Democrats engage in this to a degree as well. And good on them for doing it, because we can't fight fire with a strongly worded email. Chuck Schumer, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, would have outlawed gerrymandering. It would have created districts that were drawn by nonpartisan computers. And, of course, the Republicans blocked that, including the good ones like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. We got a lot of work to do. So when Trump and his followers demand 5 new Republican seats, they're not talking about convincing new voters. They want to redraw the lines so fewer votes count more. That's what it's about. No surprise, other GOP-run states are watching, ready to copy and paste the same undemocratic tactics. I mean, I hope we're all on the same page here. Republicans hate democracy. They hate America. I know I don't want to sound hyperbolic, like I'm just slinging pejoratives. It's not. They don't like the constitutionally limited democratic republic, nation of laws. They just don't like that. The United States was born from the liberal age of enlightenment, the original experiment in progress, self-governance, and people power. For all their flaws and hypocrisies, the founders were students of the liberal age of enlightenment. They didn't risk everything to hand the country over to a permanent minority. That's the system they rebelled against. If the 18th century Tories time warped to today, they would feel right at home in the modern Republican Party. Revolution was as radical as it gets. Today's conservatives are the inheritors of loyalism. They are the loyalists. If we went back to the time of the revolution, they would be pining for King George to trickle on them. They would be saying that rebelling against King George is rebelling against your natural lord. And if you were supposed to be born rich, you would have been born rich. That's how God, keeps track. The goal is to rewrite the rules until the outcome is no longer in doubt. Just like what happens in all the other countries that their dear leader admires, like in Russia. You can go through the pantomime of democracy, but the outcome is never in doubt. Democrats cannot pretend that this is business as usual. If Republicans are going to rip up the rules in Texas, well, California and other blue states need to respond in kind, using the same tactics to unrig what Republicans have gerrymandered for years. That's what we got to do. It's not enough to hope that when Nancy Pelosi pleads enough for Republicans to take back their party, that one day they'll see the light and start acting like adults who love democracy. It's never going to happen. It's not enough to hope for a fair fight when your opponent brought the brass knuckles into the ring. Either Democrats adapt or the Republicans will keep chiseling away at democracy until it's nothing but a pantomime. The American experiment only lives if all our voices count. Republicans get that, and that's exactly why they're trying to silence them. Guys, my name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out. Check out the Tara Show every Tuesday and Thursday right here on the Political Voices Network with myself and Tara Devlin. We need all your support. We don't have billionaire benefactors. We only have each other. Become a patron, patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Remember to subscribe to my Substack, Tara Dublin Substack, the Political Voices Substack. This is how we get the word out, how we break through, because we're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, democracy. We stick together, we win. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you soon.